Welcome to the University of Arizona's 157th Commencement. Bienvenidos al 157 aniversario de la graduación de la Universidad de Arizona.
Good evening. I am Maribel Alvarez, and I am the Associate Dean for Community Engagement in the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. I am so excited to welcome you as we celebrate the class of 2021. Please stand for the procession. It is my honor. It is my honor to welcome our processional, which is being led by the mace bearer, Regents Professor, and representing the School of Geography, Development and Environment, Dr. Diana Lieberman. She is leading University of Arizona President Robert C. Robbins and Provost Liesl Folks. They are followed by the Dean of the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, Dr. John Paul Jones III. Following Dean Jones, our tonight's guest speaker, the Honorable Jonathan Rothschild. Student speaker, Abigail Collier. An Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Student Success, and representing the Department of English, Dr. Amy Kimmich-Hea. They are followed by our department and school representatives from the School of Anthropology, Dr. Diane Austin. Department of Communication, Dr. Chris Segrin. Department of Gender and Women's Studies, with us virtually, Dr. Stephanie Troutman Robbins. Programming Global Studies Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs and Student Success, Dr. Rachel Ronald. School of Government and Public Policy, Dr. Adela Schlager. Department of History, Dr. Benjamin Lawrence. School of Information, Dr. Richard Thompson. School of Journalism, Professor Michael McKisson. Arizona Center for Judaic Studies, with us virtually, Dr. Ed Wright. The Center for Latin American Studies, Professor Colin Deeds. Department of Linguistics, Dr. Natasha Werner. Department of Mexican American Studies, Dr. Ada Wilkinson Lee. School of Middle Eastern and North African Studies, Dr. Ben Fordna. Department of Philosophy, Dr. Jason Turner. Department of Political Economy and Moral Science, Dr. Peter Vanderschaff. School of Sociology, Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies, Dr. Jane Saviska. And Dave Silver, SBS Director of Development.
Good evening, class of 2021. Welcome. Please be seated. Tonight we celebrate the University of Arizona's 157th commencement and the 2021 College of Social and Behavioral Sciences convocation ceremony, the People's College. This has been a very challenging year, answered by extraordinary resilience. We recognize the efforts made by countless people at the university and around the world to adapt and to sustain us all. Thank you. Dr. Alvarez, would you please welcome our guest in Spanish?
Buenas noches y bienvenidos a la Universidad de Arizona. Hoy nosotros celebramos el aniversario número 157 de las graduaciones en la Universidad de Arizona y la convocatoria del Colegio de Ciencias Sociales y del Comportamiento del año 2021. A nuestra familia de Los Gatos y a todos los graduados que nos acompañan esta noche, en persona o virtualmente, gracias por celebrar con nosotros. Sin duda, este año ha sido un año de tremendos desafíos. Reconocemos los esfuerzos de todas las personas en la universidad y en todo el mundo para adaptarnos y apoyarnos unos a otros. Gracias. Provost Folks, el piso es de usted.
Thank you, Dr. Alvarez. I ask you now to please rise, if you are able, and remove your caps for a special version of the national anthem, performed earlier by 3 graduating Arizona Musical Theater BFA students, Cameron Elias, Jenna Meadows, and Tony Moreno.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? Land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, that's a way to get this going. Please be seated, and good evening, Wildcats.
Bobby, you said we'd be back in person, and here we are.
Lisa, I couldn't be happier to be here in Arizona Stadium tonight with so many wonderful students and their loved ones and family here to support them. I think we have about 950 students from the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. As we celebrate here on this beautiful campus, we respectfully acknowledge that the University of Arizona is on unceded land of indigenous peoples. Today, Arizona is home to 22 federally recognized tribes with Tucson being the home to the Odom and Paskayaki. Committed to diversity and inclusion, the university strives to build sustainable relationships with Arizona's Native nations and tribal communities through educational offerings, partnerships, and community service. Our actions will recognize the past and lay the foundation for all future Indigenous students. To all of the Wildcat family and graduates watching tonight, throughout Arizona or around the world, thank you for joining our celebration. Graduates, just to be clear, this evening is for you, so that we can all recognize all of your hard work and accomplishments. Well done.
This is a time to give thanks for everything we have and for the people who have dedicated themselves to make our lives better. First, I'd like to thank our veterans, active duty, Guard, and Reserve students in attendance with us here tonight for their service to this nation. Then I'd also like to wish good luck to our Wildcat ROTC student graduates who have commissioned as officers in the United States military. And I can't tell you how thankful we are for all the people on the front lines of this pandemic, from the many first responders to all of you who have stayed home, masked up, volunteered, and got vaccinated. Thank you.
We're especially proud of the people whose hard work, adaptability, and compassion have ensured that we can continue to serve our students and our community.
Our governing body, the Arizona Board of Regents, works tirelessly to lead, promote, and protect this institution and all that it stands for. We thank the Arizona Board of Regents for all that it does for us. Graduates, I cannot tell you how happy I am to see all of you here tonight in this space together. You deserve it. But take just a moment to consider how far we've come, how far you've come to be here tonight in your wonderful regalia with colleagues, family and friends, all enjoying the success that they've helped you to create. Here, you have developed unparalleled emotional, cultural, and practical intelligence that you will need for the challenges ahead. And we know that you're ready for the next chapter. Our shared values will sustain you, and we are proud to call you fellow Wildcats. President Robbins.
Before we move on to the recognition of our graduate, we're thrilled to share a few words from someone who understands the meaning of grit and how to accomplish incredible things in spite of overwhelming obstacles. Proud SBS alumnus, Coach Adia Barnes, took the Wildcat women's basketball team all the way to the national championship. So without further ado, we'll hear some wisdom from Coach Barnes.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. You did it. This is the big day you've been waiting for. Now you can all take a deep breath. I'm sure you're all thinking, what are we going to do now? Now it's where the fun begins. Your life is actually starting. I know today there's a lot of questions. What am I gonna do next? Where am I gonna start? Don't worry about those things. Take everything one day at a time. It's all gonna work out. You will face adversity, but let me tell you, you just conquered adversity and graduated. You've had adversity for 14 months and you've dealt with it. So don't worry, don't be afraid. Go step out, step on a limb, take a chance. There are going to be obstacles in life, but when things are hard, how are you going to be? What's going to define you? And who are you when things are hard? We've all faced tough times this year. I know with our team, not being able to spend time together, not being able to have team building events, all of those things have been difficult, but we got better. And believe it or not, you got better in some way during this time. I know it's been unprecedented. A lot of online classes, not the typical college life, but it's going to make you better. COVID has given us so much time to sit and reflect. We haven't always wanted that time, but it's been time that a lot of us needed for a mental reset. We all have had moments this year when we thought we were gonna quit. We thought things were just too tough, didn't know what to expect, didn't know what the next step was or what we were gonna face tomorrow. You are tough, you are resilient, you are made for this. That's the Wildcat way. When we were playing in the NCAA tournament this year, no one believed in Arizona. We were left out of promo videos. We were left out of all the advertisements, but we didn't care because we believed in ourselves and we believed in each other and our team. So we surged to the tournament, upsetting one team after another because we believed that we can accomplish something special. We didn't care what anybody else thought. We looked each other in the eyes and we fought for each other. We went to war with each other, and we left our legacy here at Arizona and did something really special. If you would have asked me at the beginning of the year, oh, are you gonna play for a championship? I would have said, not now, we're not ready for that. But we did it. We did it because of our team, because of our mentality, our belief. We played with passion and grit, and we were resilient. So we surged forward and we were one basket away from the national championship. No one in the world thought we'd be there. I don't even think we thought we'd be there at the beginning of the year, but we did it, and we did it the right way. Together. You are trying to grow, and you grow when things are uncomfortable. Don't be the stereotype. Don't fit into these categories where you don't belong. Surge forward, believe in yourself and everything you do, and always trust your gut. When you fail, you pick yourself back up. You set a goal, you go for it. You're not afraid. You're not afraid of what's next because you believe and you're passionate about what you do. When I took over the University of Arizona, everybody said, that's a bad job. You won't win. Well, I bet on me. Always bet on you. You can do anything you set your mind to if you're doing things the right way and you are passionate about what you do. The best piece of advice that I was given from my mother is you must be true to yourself. You must be the authentic version of yourself. You're not trying to be anybody else. You are going to fail. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You are going to fail, but every single time you fail, something better comes. I've been cut from the WNBA multiple times. I've lost jobs, didn't get opportunities. Every single time that has happened, something bigger and better came on. You are blessed, so enjoy every moment. Be intentional about what you do and don't apologize. One of my favorite quotes is by Paul Brandt. Don't tell me the sky's the limit when there are footprints on the moon. When people are telling you you can't do something, you don't listen. You bet on yourself. Learn from different people. I know I played 13 years overseas, and I am a different woman today because of all the things I've learned from living in other countries. I lived in Russia, I lived in Turkey, in Italy, and I am a better person today because I had to adapt to all those situations. So be someone that listens. Don't be judgmental. Always listen with an open heart. And sometimes a lot of us, we don't listen enough. We talk, but be quiet. Look at people in the eyes with respect. The world we live in, it is a diverse world and people are different. So be one of the people that connects. Make this world a better place. The University of Arizona has changed my life. I always say I chose Arizona twice. I chose it as a student athlete, I chose it as a coach, and this was the best decision of my life. Everything started here. This is where the foundation for you and for me began. Being a Wildcat for life, it means you're a part of a group, a network that is extremely special. A network that you will find overseas when you're in Italy, when you're in Russia, when you're across the country. You find friends in places that you never thought you'd have. When you succeed and you accomplish all those things you've ever dreamed of, you reach back and you pull someone else along. That's what it's all about. Come back, be the best alumni you can be, but be a part of this wonderful place. When you're a Wildcat, you are built for the difficult times. So now moving forward, we're forgetting about 2020. You're graduating, it's a new beginning. 2021, we're taking by the reins, and we are not knocking on any doors. We are going to doors and we are kicking them down and starting something special. We aren't looking back. We're forging forward and doing the best, but we're doing it by being the best version of yourself. We're not trying to be like anybody else. We are going to set the tone for something special, and you are gonna go make things happen. You will always have a family here, and watch women's basketball. Bear down, go Cats.
Thank you, Coach Barnes. Now I'd like to introduce someone you all know very well, John Paul J.P. Jones, Dean of the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. The floor is yours, Dean.
Wow, following the coach, that is a tough one. Thank you, President Robbins. To all the family, friends, and supporters in the stands, on behalf of the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, it gives me great pleasure to present to you our 2021 graduating class. And to the assembled graduates, I invite you to give a big stadium-shaking shout out to your supporters who have helped make this accomplishment possible. So what does it mean to be a graduate of the University of Arizona? It means that you have earned your degree from one of this nation's top 25 public research institutions. This research prominence has earned us membership in the Association of American Universities, a select group of public and private institutions that includes universities like Berkeley and Columbia and Harvard and MIT and Princeton and Yale. Say, did I mention that the U of A is the only university in Arizona that is a member of the Association of American Universities? I didn't think so. We claim such a high rank and stellar national reputation thanks in part to the research excellence of the nearly 500 faculty in the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. They, like you, faced considerable challenges this extraordinary year, and I am inexpressibly grateful for their tireless commitment to your success over the past 9 months. Thank you to our amazing faculty. '20's unrelenting challenges and uncertainties have left us all emotionally strained, but I want you to know that we are confident in your preparation to meet this world head-on. For in my view, and I'm a little biased, SBS graduates are not only spirited, they are what this nation desperately needs right now. You are a class of graduates who will leave this institution with an understanding of the deep roots of and hopeful solutions to racial and ethnic injustice and inequality. You are prepared to lead an economy of opportunity, adaptation, and inclusive participation. From high government offices to school boards to local organizations, it is my hope that you will work to build trust in our institutions by practicing the ideals of participatory democracy. The worldliness and diversity that you experienced at the U of A can help you confront xenophobia at home and turn an outward hand to the rest of the world in the spirit of cooperation, dialogue, and peacemaking. And finally, I have no doubt that you will join forces to address the world's environmental crises, reducing our waste, cleaning our air, our water, our soil, and preserving our precious biodiversity. In short, you leave us ready and able to build healthy, safe, and caring communities. After all, you are graduates of the University of Arizona's People College. Congratulations. And now it is my distinct honor to introduce the Honorable Jonathan Rothschild, the former mayor of Tucson and this evening's keynote speaker. Mayor Rothschild served the city of Tucson from 2011 to 2019. He is currently an attorney with Mesh, Clark, and Rothschild and teaches in both SBS and the James E. Rogers College of Law. In addition to so many noteworthy initiatives made to improve this city throughout his tenure as mayor, I'm particularly proud of two that have involved significant interactions with the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. One is our partnership leading to Tucson's recognition as a UNESCO's creative city, and specifically as a city of gastronomy. And second, our School of Sociology answered the mayor's call for research-based policy and action on eliminating poverty in Tucson. We've been proud to train students in social science theory and methodology while providing detailed neighborhood-level evidence on poverty vulnerability to the Mayor's Commission on Poverty. Mayor Rothschild, we thank you for your service to Tucson and for the continued work that you do with the University of Arizona, including your willingness to share a few words with our graduates tonight. Mayor Rothschild.
Thank you, Dean Jones. I'm honored to be invited tonight to address the graduates. Graduates, let's start with the words you thought you might never hear. Congratulations for being present and graduating as the class of 2021. It's hard to imagine a graduating class that has experienced more turmoil than yours. After 14 months of Zoom school and mass classrooms, you are graduating. While this year has been anything other than ordinary, as graduates, you still face many of the same emotions as graduates from years before: excitement, uncertainty, a sense of accomplishment, mixed with a bit of anxiety. Today is a day for turning back momentarily and allowing a heartfelt joy to catch up with you, an opportunity to celebrate your accomplishments in the face of some of the greatest challenges that any college students have faced. That learning experience alone will give you great advantage going forward. Barack Obama, at this time last year, delivering a commencement speech to every graduating student in the nation, none of whom could attend in person, said, "As scary and uncertain as these times may be, they are also a wake-up call, and they are an incredible opportunity for your generation." Tonight, I am addressing a college that graduates students across more than 30 different majors. What is it that all of you have in common? Besides your own particular fields of knowledge, what have you all learned? I suspect you have learned an ability to solve problems, adapt to change, work across disciplines, and collaborate with others. You have learned how to think critically, the value of teamwork, and the sensitivity to cultural, demographic, economic, and societal differences and political perspectives. A good education means learning more than what it takes to pass a test. It means learning how to learn. For as long as you live, you're going to keep learning. It's inevitable. So one more short lecture. Your life will be the final exam. Whatever you do in life, do what you love. Your work is going to be a large part of your life. The way to truly love life is to do what you believe is great work. I repeat, do what you love. Today, you may not have yet found that life passion. There's no reason for concern. As with all matters of the heart, you will know it when you find it, and there may well be several jumping off points before you find that love. Do not be concerned that you don't know everything. The world is a complex place. The value of your education is you understand the concept of complexity. You understand there are not single causes or single solutions. You understand a slogan is not a solution, and an ideology does not solve problems. What solves problems are people like you who are willing to listen, gather facts, work across disciplines, and find a way of thinking and living which makes the world a better place. Be confident not in your knowledge, but in your ability to assess and contribute to problem solving. If you do that, you've won half the battle. The other half is hard work and learning from wise mentors. If you have absorbed the lessons of the university, you have learned a very rare thing: the responsibility to hear various perspectives. We hear a lot about identity today, But true identity is something that is constantly evolving. It is not just what you were at birth. It is a process that you are active in. It is not parroting your parents or your friends or even your learned professors. It's about understanding the world around you. This is a diverse group from diverse backgrounds, and I want to speak for a moment to those who feel your background may put you at disadvantage. It does not. If you've had to overcome challenges, whether that relates to being a single mother, or having to work through school, or having to care for a sick relative, that is something that counts for more, not less. What has that experience taught you about taking responsibility, about time management? Each of you bring your own unique strengths and abilities to whatever is the task at hand. Let me speak for a moment as to why I believe the dean asked me to be here tonight. From 2011 through 2019, I served as the mayor of Tucson. I left a good law practice to enter without prior experience the field of politics. Why would a person do that? First, like some of you here, I was born and raised in Tucson. As some of you may do in the near future, yeah, I left Tucson for graduate school, but Tucson was always in my heart. Now, I'm not going to suggest that all of you will stay in Tucson. I had a great love for my hometown when I went away to school, and I was drawn back. I suspect that will happen to some of you. Some of you will go where a job opportunity lies, or for that matter, where a loved one lives. For those of you who have spent 4 years in Tucson and have come to love this place, for those of you who have grown up here, and for those of you who just aren't sure what's next, let me make a pitch for Tucson. In your time here, I hope that you have come to love the culture, the food, the music, the art, the beautiful natural surroundings, the diversity of the people, and our unique Tucson vibe. As Jodie Foster said, and Alice doesn't live here anymore, her first movie, quote, "Tucson, yes, that's the weird capital of the world." Now, and Alice doesn't live here anymore, Jodie Foster's character landed in Tucson the way my father did in 1943, with his mother, my grandmother, a single woman escaping the cold of Chicago and a bad marriage. Her car broke down. She found herself in a desert town of less than 50,000 people and opened a used furniture store on the south side of town. My father graduated from Tucson High, subsequently attended the University of Arizona, and received his undergraduate and law school degrees. Tucson has been very good to our family. I now have 3 grown children who live and work here. For those of you who have decided to go to graduate school here at the university or are going to take jobs in the community, then you have the opportunity to make your home here. For those of you who don't know what's next, there's opportunity here. The community is full of young social entrepreneurs. There are organizations like Startup Tucson and Tucson Young Professionals that can guide your next steps. The university will continue to be a resource. The value of staying in the community where you went to college is that you know the community. You're comfortable here. And if you go away for graduate school or a first job, I hope you recognize Tucson as a place worth returning to make an investment for a lifetime. I want to close with the words of Nelson Mandela. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we have lived. Again, when I look out for the commonality among the 30-plus undergraduate degrees in this college, there is one outstanding common trait. You have all chosen your field of study because you have a passion for making a difference in the lives of others. I make one request of each of you tonight. Continue to nourish that passion. That will determine your life's significance. That will determine your happiness. That will make the world a better place. Thank you for giving me your time this evening. Tonight is a night of great celebration. Perhaps more so than any class, you have demonstrated your determination, your courage, and your resilience to become the class of 2021. All right.
Thank you, Mayor Rothschild. It's now my great pleasure to introduce Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Student Success, Dr. Amy Kimihe, who will be presenting the Student Awards.
Good evening. Thank you, JP. It is my honor to turn our focus to a few of our many exceptional students. Let us first recognize our Phi Beta Kappa and Honors College graduates. Now I would like to offer special thanks to our SBS student ambassadors. This is a highly selective group of students who, with their passion for SBS programs, helps us to recruit new students and assist the college in community outreach. In addition to these exemplary students, I'm pleased to share our Outstanding Student Awards. First, we have Enrique Alan Oliveras Paleo, recipient of this year's prestigious University of Arizona Provost Award. Congratulations, Enrique. This year's Catherine Ann Governal Perseverance Award recipients are Jade Salmon from the Department of Communication, Emily Opper from the Department of History, Tommy Huffman from the School of Journalism, and Adina Black from the Department of Philosophy. Congratulations. The SBS Excellence and Leadership in Community Engagement Award goes to Andres Batista, double major in Gender and Women's Studies and Sociology. The SBS Tenacity Award goes to Rosina Garcia from the School of Sociology. The SBS Outstanding Undergraduate Research Award goes to Andrea Kennedy, majoring in anthropology with a human biology emphasis. The SBS Student Success Award goes to Phoenix Eskridge Aldama, majoring in environmental studies. Congratulations to all of you. And finally, it's my honor to introduce to the stage this year's Spring 2021 SBS Outstanding Senior, Abigail Collier. Abby is graduating with a 4.0 in Information Science and Technology and a minor in Environmental Studies. Abby stood out as this year's award winner for her deep commitment to interdisciplinarity and creative ways that it manifests itself in and outside of the classroom. Congratulations, Abby.
Hello, and congratulations. I'm honored to have been named SBS's Outstanding Senior. It's a joy to be here with everyone in person. I'd like to thank Dean Jones and the award committee members for this honor. I would also like to thank my nominators, Dr. Rich Thompson, Dr. Adriana Zuniga-Teran, and Dr. Diana Daly for their mentorship, recognition, and care in my time at the U of A, as well as my family for their love and support. It is a pleasure and an honor to represent the School of Information. The iSchool is an excellent example of interdisciplinary learning, which empowered me to integrate my programming education with dance, art, and environmental science. I'm grateful for everyone who offered me support and insight during my time here. In particular, special thanks again to Dr. Rich Thompson, Mr. Devin Bailey, and Mr. David Sherman. Across the many majors of SBS, I see a commitment to social justice and creative thinking. We are a collection of so many different fields, but I believe this is what uniquely situates us to make an impact on the world. Whether we studied journalism or geography, global studies or information sciences, We've each cultivated numerous experiences extending beyond and including our degrees. In my time here, I've learned the value of saying yes with an openness to trying everything, truly everything, right up to joining the circus. I hope each of us can continue to nurture our own distinct interests because the intersection of our passions will be a significant strength going forward. We are all graduating at a time both similarly precarious and totally new compared to last year's graduates. As the pieces start to come together again, I find myself reflecting on how we can assemble them into a world with more justice, more solidarity, more art. I hope we can continue to approach the world with curiosity, openness, and empathy, intent on caring and committed to creativity. I commend us all for making it to this point and trust that we will carry our learnings forward to make beautiful and important contributions to the world. Thanks and congratulations to all.
Thank you, Abby. Graduates, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Or as I like to say each year, let's get this party started. Please line up as directed by the field marshals and listen carefully. Remember to keep your masks on. Or at least stay socially distanced as you cross the stage. And when you walk down the red carpet, make sure that you smile for the photographer and return to your seats and enjoy the rest of the ceremony. 2 points of clarification. We will be reading virtual candidates' names along with their peers walking tonight. So if you're watching from home, know that we're thrilled to celebrate you as well, and we wish you were here. And second, guests, you will notice that some students are wearing cords and sashes and other mementos, and these can represent college colors, academic honors, campus or college leadership, or some other involvement. And thanks to all of you, and congratulations for if you've achieved those distinctions. Let's go.
Lisbeth Aguirre.
Claire Elise Kelly.
Sultan Ahmad Al-Sudari.
Pitchben Karisme Cry.
Emily Allerton.
Tina Jo Langben.
Paul Chase Arnold.
Jack Laporte.
Carrie Lorraine Baseggio.
Caitlin Giovanna Larkin.
Amanda Chase Baum.
Alyssa Leon Forbes.
Abigail Collier.
Eliza Kaya Starling Pritchard.
Andrew Bradley Colton.
Jaylene Villalobos Rodriguez.
Schulte Cook.
Sarah Jane Hike.
Sunday Holland.
Shannon Sneath.
Caitlin Armstrong.
Samuel Harris.
Ava Torin.
Jacob Crocker.
Hannah Carl.
Ariana Ramirez.
Keon Gillicani.
Nicholas Groves.
McKenna Seagraves.
Callista Crum.
Tiffany Frasca.
Dianara Ramirez.
Christina Miller.
Logan McKay.
Jocelyn Membrano.
Roman Romero.
Ava Schumacher.
Julia Peter.
Sarah Anzalmo.
Nicole Chauvin.
Alexandra Meyer.
Michael Giorgino.
Preston Rossi.
Zoe Pontine.
Paris Berge.
Vicente Ballesteros.
Madison Kakavas.
Cecilia Perez.
Amber Newlon.
Declan Kinane.
Mary Meyer Dowd.
As we continue on, we have a few more we want to recognize virtually, including Asher Laufenberger.
Annette Bautista.
Malen Lang.
Levy Behrens.
Gabrielle Leone.
Adina Black.
Emily Liu.
Thomas Blocker.
Sabrina McKenzie.
And continuing with our in-person graduates, Luke Gorski.
Martin Landon.
Nicholas Ernowin.
Caitlin Barron.
Callie Credemeyer.
Jacqueline Filizetti.
Emma Gould.
Anna Salcido.
Stephanie Akioko.
Noah Golden.
Andrea Banerjee.
Carmel Gislow.
Lydia Romiti.
Justine Greenberg.
Caroline Stanton.
Samantha Walsh.
Sarah Richards.
Wanzi Santaella.
Natasha Groutlish.
Tyler Pesavento.
Taylor Shu.
Sam Harris.
Nicolette Tavalero.
Adriana Kennedy.
Caitlin Wood.
Santiago Rosales.
Mary Julia Hobbs Smith.
Tristan Wallace.
Gabrielle Rodriguez.
Shaima Masri.
Aaliyah Reyes.
Cole Tucker.
Vanessa Ontiveros.
Eduardo Contreras.
Priya Jandu.
Catherine Stulga.
Michaela Motila.
Ariel Atkinson.
Shida Hosseini.
Greta Tronson.
Ashley Baccaro.
Whitney Souflon.
Griffin Mayer.
Robert Schenk.
Juliana Ross.
Ashley Aylesworth.
Sierra Samuelson.
Sophia Flax.
Han Su.
Christian Finke.
And continuing with some of our virtual students, Jacob Rowan Frost.
Charlie Marino.
Charles Canepa.
Danielle Merriman.
Caroline Caputo.
Gabriel Morales.
Tiana Case.
Kirk Kelly.
Yasmin Arias.
Matt Herzberger.
Lindsay Nelson.
Ryan Pyro.
Kylie Martinez.
Eleanor Hall.
Stacy Stringfellow.
Caroline Ross.
Davis Pierce.
Ashlyn Zilch.
Samantha Burdette.
Natalie Riddle.
Nicholas Seawick.
Rachel Horwitz.
Leonardo Zuckerman.
Aaron Matranga.
Noah Kaplan.
Jessica Skalski.
Jacob Golbus.
Quincy Sinek.
Shane Cady.
Julia Hoofnagel.
Vanessa Vega.
Jack Murphy.
Filiberto Ruiz.
Itai Gurovich.
Jordan Astwood.
Carly Curtis.
Rosina Garcia.
Sophia Wells.
Rachel Simon.
Joseph Eisenberg.
Just wait just a second. Charlie Stancic.
Felizardo Camacho.
Chloe Sametz.
Andrew Cochran.
And I'll continue with some of our virtual students. Gabriella Chance.
Royce Rowley.
Dara Charat.
Katrina Bennett.
Alegria Chimal.
More virtual students, Amanda Morton.
Elise Crookston.
Isabella Alankara.
Sarah Kundari.
Jordan Perkins.
Lisa Udkoff.
Elizabeth Erickson.
Davis Hesdorfer.
Gustavo Bejarano.
Aaron Thuman.
Greg Latherow.
Chloe Eckert.
Emma Gertz.
Gracie Cordes Smith.
Zachary Benson.
Hisham Alindawi.
Georgia Barnes.
Scott Haver.
Braden Fitzgerald.
Zachary Perone.
Sarah Horn.
Skylar Madison Kopit.
Mitchell Sweetum.
Lauren Welch.
James Broadus.
Trinity O'Laughlin.
Connor Egan.
Riley Ann Holman.
Jillian Costa.
Isabella Hill.
Sarah Rubin.
Riley Pinto.
Samantha Marshall.
Rachel Weller.
Emily Sweeney.
Brantley Riddle.
Keegan Sharko.
Anaí Torres. Thank you.
Isabella James.
Priscilla Renee Flores.
Reagan Anderson.
Albert Bressler.
Ashley Taylor Chow.
Alexander Prato.
Jennifer Allen.
Anthony Ramis.
Kara Lozo.
Kyle Gustina.
Riley Barnes.
Lauren Rowe.
Lauren Claypool.
Megan Riley.
Jacob Bernard.
Carissa Laiseca.
Ashley Renee Casares.
Robert Figley.
Isabella Cox.
Lauren Brining.
Nalene Martinez.
Benjamin Drake.
Leila Annabelle Gonzalez.
Jack Engstrom.
Hunter Conley.
Ian Walters.
James Arnold.
Anna Laird.
Daniel Lockhead.
Montana Ray Logan.
Amy Rodriguez.
Annabelle Barron.
Sarah Brooks.
Catherine Ornelas.
Jacob Shackelford.
Vanessa Madrid Resendez.
Ashley Bales.
Keegan Cran.
And now some more virtual students, graduates. Amit Milan Mukherjee.
Sarah Kenzie Dean.
Esther Hanichukwaka Yabame Ojum.
Alexander Dimitri.
Alex Perlman.
Emily Drum.
Lena Penn.
Lon Duke.
Brian Petapiece.
Seth Ibo.
Kyle Perry.
Sydney Eisenberg.
Anthony Alvarado.
Grant Neely.
Laurel Blueshell.
Haley McCullough.
Talia Franza.
Alexandria Charney.
Sydney Jones.
Kylie Glinsky.
Jared Kuzma.
Zachary Gardner.
Madison Young.
Thomas Pack.
Svetlana Johnson.
Jennifer Arena.
Amber DiDomenico.
Michael Flores.
Riley Amado.
Stephanie Lopez Ruiz.
Cameron Lee Blocker.
Karina Acuna.
Anna Marie Giuliano.
Cheyenne Hubbard.
Lily Rossoff.
Rhiannon Hubbard.
Leonardo Franco.
Abulmosen Al-Mahari.
Aubrey Burrell.
Lee Demers.
Ashley Balloon.
And now for a few more virtual names. Jericho Enriquez.
Felicia Porter.
Aiden Flick.
Michael Rayburn.
Brandon Garcia.
Aaron Rex.
Henry Gorton.
Erica Riviera.
Shantika Griffin.
Olivia Rivera.
Molly Harwood.
Nathan G. Bricks.
Back to the graduates. Austin Fife.
Sarah Grant.
Alexis Luciano.
Marissa McLennan.
Marbella Quintero.
Emma Scott.
Hussein Mohammed.
Ski Hottinger.
Karina Soriano.
Matthew Nixon.
James Dellis.
Madison Kosis.
Bibhor Mehta.
Claire Musson.
Leslie Zluzinski.
Taylor Forsman.
Mark Bono.
Taylor Thompson.
Savannah Day.
Claire DeBoer.
Lupita Sierras.
Garrett Hicks.
Lauren McCoy.
Patrick Swinnick.
Youssef Farash.
Naomi Lanza.
Megan Quiroz.
Tabitha Quijada.
Alberto Garcia.
Derek Puyama.
Jelani Howard.
Samantha Calicut.
Ariana Olmos.
Zachary Broaden Shipples.
Lisbeth Olagi Sillas.
Rebecca Walton.
Paola Jax Ruiz.
Christine Teopaco.
Estefania Villaseñor.
Ledesma? Okay. Jose Ledesma.
Nicolas Vinas.
Julade Yoderum.
Curtis Williams.
Hannah Fitzpatrick.
Justin Quinn.
Ashley Duss.
Kayla Renner.
Marla Pacheco.
Jessica Gallegos.
Katina Carreo.
Andrea Lisette Barcelo.
Dylan Powell.
Jennifer Quiroz.
Nicholas Glorioso.
Tyler Winger.
Isabella Glorioso.
Jordan Shervin.
Balin Gonzalez.
Sergei Vatsoev.
Adriana Escavillas.
Alexandra Wadsworth.
Nichelle Parsons.
Vanessa McDaniel.
Johannes Apples.
Wilson Boucher.
Larissa Heatley.
Tyler Andrew Jason Austin.
Alejandro Ponce.
John Dombrowski.
Wesley Williams.
Jared Page.
Austin Nebgen.
Kayla Poffenbarger.
Sophia Cavillo.
Nicholas Palucci.
Kamel Singh.
Paola Valenzuela.
Arlene Tamayo.
Rhea Coulter.
Jennifer Gonzalez.
Zia Pearson.
Paula Valencia.
Ciara Blow.
Nathaniel Sai.
William Chacon.
Talia Zanberg.
Jorge Robles.
Gitte Hennemans.
Joseph Klein.
The Connor Doy.
And now recognizing some of our virtual students, Hannah Hayden.
Milo Lehman.
Jacqueline Henshaw.
Joe Smith.
Grace Herrick. Eliza Howard.
Marion Rodriguez.
Menhee Hu.
Melina Rodriguez.
Yanfen Huang.
Brianna Quijada.
Sara Ingenez.
Ariana Ruland.
Benjamin Mateja.
Mason Harward.
Mustafa Aboud.
Antonio Ozaeta.
Jacqueline Mesa.
Jimmy Russell.
Daniel Giorfi.
Chad Dowdell.
Austin Velasquez.
Hunter Katowski.
Denise Sinajine.
Connor Brown.
Giovanna Bustamante.
Francesca Martinez.
Devin Garcia.
Sarah Schweitzer.
Brody Drayden.
Kelly Tercioas.
Allie Higgins.
Christopher Loya.
Allie J.R. Swall.
Aaron Goodale.
Michael Cardenas.
Alexa Alvarenga.
Nicole Stanton.
Kaylee L.
Dallas Scott.
Bradley Anderson.
Alexiane Ramirez.
Becky Owens.
Alejandra Rios.
Laura Nienaber.
Austin Moe.
Rita Valenzuela.
Sarah Perlman.
Ryan Ing.
Matt Queese.
Rachel Froyand.
Andrew Serventi.
Faisal Olatebi.
Sebastian Raymer.
Justin John.
Alexandra Horsey.
Jonah Lichtman.
Celine Alvarez.
Cody Torres.
Jessica Neal.
Jaden Rupert.
Jordan Hamilton.
Evan Scott.
Shyla Richardson.
Caroline Corbo.
Savannah Urias.
Gibran Urani.
Jacob Urias.
Joseph Laplaca.
Johannes Alvarez Rivero.
Blake Forte.
Reagan Mena.
Parker Arntz.
Jordan Clark.
Sydney Sewell.
Michaela Castillo.
Haley Keating.
Lauren Salgado.
Dalton Glove.
Ashley Bond.
Rachel Richter.
Celeste Mora.
Natalie Aravallo.
Jonathan Ratliff.
Nicole Cortopassi.
Noah Jones.
Melody Galazzo.
Ryan Mendieta.
Lucas Lemaster.
Brennan Nuccio.
Kristen Lee.
Grayson Jones.
Maria Ariola.
Jacob Scoins.
Christopher Hopper.
Michael Alpert.
Candace Meyer.
Lily Weintraub.
Brittany Milner.
Teresa Palacios.
Carly Osder.
Danielle Linville.
Gabby Patera.
Ashley Washington.
Grace Garland.
Jessica Savell.
Lily Ava Jones.
Ellie Lindy.
Ashley Shogun.
Callista Epstein.
Blake Matura.
Brant Lucas.
Maria Kadi.
Remy Motolowick.
Alexis Orth.
Mohammed Khan.
Kaylee Maynard.
Madeline Rodish.
Anthony Naif Rusk.
Alfonso Guerrero.
Christopher Caceres.
Allison Franklin.
Riley Cunnington.
Gabriella Mayers.
Hannah Gill.
Miranda Briseño.
Tara Singleton.
Brett Dennis.
Spencer Reedman.
Michaela Brown.
Tyler Rieger.
Aubrey Davis.
Okay. Olivia Mentasana.
Bree Johnson.
Julia Sherman.
Andrea Lara Garcia.
Ray Fregoso.
Marco Pastrana.
Rachel Bidmead.
Grant Gardner.
Lindsay O'Neill.
Kevin Campbell.
McKenna Keefe.
Ryan No.
Mole. Callie Mole.
Jacqueline Canet.
Dante Zampataro.
Ana Maria Gonzalez.
Nuruddin Abdullah.
Adora Harvey.
Alex Malone.
Sarah McBride.
Brian Gonzalez.
Shannon Harris.
Ira Lee.
Kate Bartles.
Natalie Skehan.
Kendall Fries.
Sarah Gardner.
Austin Sinofoff.
Emma Nelson.
Morgan Lynch.
Barry. Alexis Barry.
Julian Catalan Carpenter.
Sasha Dradi.
Regina Marie James.
And now a few more virtual graduates. Caitlin Russell.
Max Jacobs.
Julia Segol.
Yesenia Jacques.
Jade Salmon.
Alexandria Wood Johnson.
Mary Roth Sam.
Hunter Coleman. Lujan Al-Hemam.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a very short break so that everybody can stand and stretch. I'll give you 1 minute. Everybody who wants a break, stand, stretch, wiggle. We know those stadium seats aren't the best in the whole world. Parents, grandparents, friends and family.
That's not my, I don't think that's mine. Mine isn't my.
That feels better now, doesn't it? Get the blood moving again. All right. I'm going to call our readers back. Can our candidates please be seated again, unless you're standing here ready for the podium, and we'll get this show back underway.
Yeah.
Go back? Okay. Alexa Galasso.
Kenan Hubble.
Samantha Dalton.
Brianna Rose Hall.
Brett Horn.
Angel Bailey.
Trevor Johnston.
Haley Shugro.
Taylor Gabriel.
Gianna Biggs-Hosey.
Joseph Fickett.
Kaylee Blackman.
Taylor Harang.
Indira Reed.
Megan Valdez.
Louise Ryder Strange.
Lila Victor.
Nicole Carly Junkies.
Gabriella Rose Harrod.
Wisdom Green.
Obaid Alawala.
Khaled Muhammad Salim.
Sean McDaniel.
Lucette Escobar.
Justin Little.
Luis Alfonso Aguirre Jr.
Amy Heidbreder. Amy Heidbreder.
Joshua Gardner.
Jacqueline Ripple.
Kimberly Honyuti.
Arade Sued.
Tommy Loreen.
Amber Burrell.
Arturo Noriega.
Chloe Wiley.
Tristan Newbury.
Nicola Loreto.
Esteban Cruz.
Mackenzie Mackay Carlin.
Zachary Brooks.
Abigail Goldberg.
Peter Prescott.
Jillian Parenti.
Michael Bordelon.
Wait 1 second. Joshua Parenti.
Alexander Sudika.
Karen Doyle.
Daniel Francis Lefke.
Lindsay Taft.
Daniel Frampton.
Isabella Monique Torres.
Addison Berger.
Adra Connolly Parks.
Crystal Zhang.
Coulter McKee.
Lindsay Ruth Abernathy.
Alyssa Colvin.
Hannah Schneider.
Jake Blackwell.
Paul Michael Baird.
Miguel Rodriguez.
Emily Sharp.
Sarai Gutierrez.
Adrienne Park.
Courtney McCone.
Evelyn Mata.
Tori Donahue.
Wendy Zamora.
Andrew Milkey.
Hector Esteban Salazar.
Daniel Bank.
Tatiana Franco.
Joel Olgan.
Andrea Bourbon Robles.
Alicia Morales.
Ariana Sanchez.
Etienne Quinones.
Kelani Nicholas.
Trevor Hanks.
Shini Shao.
Quinn Allard.
Ciara Jean.
Sierra Ortega.
Christopher Malm.
And now for some more virtual graduates. Sophie Sand.
Ashwat Al-Harbi.
Kareen Siebert.
Kyle Buckley.
Sandy Sims.
A.G. Camacho.
Samantha Spillane.
Sabrina Cook.
Autumn Stottlemyre.
Courtney Cowles.
Jacqueline Ferrone.
Ruby Antonia Groves Mata.
Elena Sacconi.
Kareem Quadras.
Samuel Brown.
Angelica Crawford.
Nicole Asukowitz.
Alexis Sosa.
Parker Walton.
Alexia Enriquez.
Jet Jones.
Hannah Jacobson.
Dustin Ross.
Manuel Mendoza.
Benjamin Fairbanks.
Dominique Boersma.
Akil Najimuddin.
Anthony Speriqueta Chacon.
Roberta Luque.
Ivana Sanchez.
Sophia Felix.
Alexis Ahumada.
Morgan O'Hara.
Holly Marcela Meza.
Stephen Madden.
Gilberto Armenta.
Sophia Rieger.
Brandon Liu.
Sabrina Barlow.
Nailil Jacinto.
Jenna Ortiz.
Mark Cuellar.
Carolina Campas.
Yolanda Terrazas Franco.
David Fimbres.
Jordan Lavallo.
Kala McLeod.
Jacob Romo.
Andrew Edgerton.
Zachary Siegi.
Emma Tohill.
Evelina Figueroa.
Ira Sahati.
Alejandra Treveno Kwamea.
Fernando Sanabria.
Noah Drapp.
Carlos Romo.
Caitlin Kelly.
Leslie Dempsey.
Giselle Sanchez.
Danielle Rubio.
Katie Walls.
Rake Knutson.
Trey Decker.
M. Bell.
Benjamin Ellis.
Tyler Steffen.
Chase Wedge.
Emma Manjapani.
Anna Solis.
Locus Quilter.
Phoebe Cahuste.
Julia Raptis.
Monique Tejes.
Kiana Baker.
Katrina Olivas.
Isabel Kennedy.
Melissa Diaz.
Carlos Maldonado.
Mariah Romero.
Joey Berwick.
Jordan Chavez.
Riley With.
Samantha Moreno.
Catherine Fryermuth.
Callie Siegler.
Kelsey Kinsey.
Jessica Ero.
Allison Moore.
Vivian Nguyen.
Kelsey Witt.
Brianna Ben Joseph.
Alyssa Grabinski.
Anita Eichenauer.
Erica Rios.
Ananda Grove.
Kendall McGregor.
And recognizing some of our virtual students, Lindsay Curley.
Megan Sullivan.
Brett Dennis.
Babak Turigi.
Callie Dunkelberger.
Beryl Smith.
Benjamin Ellis.
Derek Ward.
Phoenix Eskridge Aldama.
Jordan White.
Hershey Flores.
Marianne Silva.
Kevin Bishop.
Chelsea Carrasco.
Sedona Valdez.
Aaron Williams.
Jana Castro Garcia.
Yalitza Calderon.
Lily Ranji.
Maria Caldera.
Maya McAllister.
Austin Walker.
Lauren Faulkner.
Connor Anderson.
Anais Diaz Colvin.
John Wong.
Eric Kloklowski.
Darren Farrell. Damon. Sorry, let's try that again. Damon Farrell.
Anthony Figueroa.
Sophia Heemsbergen.
Mike O'Marin.
Nicole Danigelis.
Matthew Justice.
Bianca Kuhn.
Matthew Toit.
Rachel Hansen.
And for some more of our virtual students, Kevin Gilfian.
Wenjin Yao.
Nicholas Groves.
Michael Kelly.
Sophia Hemsbergen.
Daniel Kreider.
Garrett Irvin.
Lucas Lemaster.
Justice John.
Brittany Martin.
Austin Wallace.
James Hargrave III.
Ire Gire.
Lucas Haas.
Joseph Chamul.
Gabriel Rodriguez.
Miguel Heredia.
Lucy Atherton.
Olivia Scarpa.
Marissa Pacheco.
Francis Leone.
Allison Reese.
Laura Severson.
Allison Cortinas.
Kelly Carlson.
Alexander Savaris.
Carla Uriete.
Max Danoff.
Martha Ray Dahlman.
Malachi Burrows.
Ashley Moreno.
Adam Bratz.
Daisy Zarabia.
Amanda Backer.
Eileen Martinez.
Carly Morris.
Daniel Garcia.
Norma James.
Audrey Alton.
Evelyn Maitorena.
Sophia Rimola.
Claire Ferguson.
Haley Murphy Guerrero.
Marilyn Crutchfield.
Cassandra Tejada.
Lauren Catcher.
Kayla Breitkoff.
Griffin Pogue.
Sophia Jimenez.
Kamari Finkler.
Grace Maher.
Blaze Lolika.
Kelly Harazun.
Fabiola Gonzalez.
Ariana Nikash.
Annalie Rodriguez.
Samuel Rivera.
Lisbeth Robles.
Santos Sainz.
Ariana Castillo.
Peter Chase.
Emily Bradshaw.
Jorge Olivaria.
Taylor Byro.
Adrian Penagos.
Catherine Villela.
Antonio Tachi Queen.
Jillian Smith.
Luis de la Cruz.
Rachel McIntosh.
Calvin Whitco.
Daniel Curley.
Ryan Grimes.
Michael Winter.
Evan Ingold.
Ryan Norrid.
Oscar Lorta.
Augustine Diaz.
Neha Dutta.
Caitlin Howard.
Evan Picton.
Alexis Flaherty.
Ryan French.
Alyssa Salazar.
Tyler Minnie.
Tiana Tom.
Justin Malabag.
Joyce Turan.
Caroline Fish.
Jamie Donnelly.
Arturo Ibarra.
Maura May Smythe.
Elizabeth Lane.
Savannah Martinez.
Sarah McCoy.
Carly Blake Cocotte.
Sydney Ramirez.
Sophia Paez.
Catherine Cabrera.
Tate Walter Lipchak.
Parker Torok.
Stephen Miata.
Belfina Lane.
Brianna Valador.
Grace Catherine Penry.
Christopher Huerta.
Cassidy Gruby.
Emily Taylor.
Jeremiah Conant.
Hannah Parr.
Taylor Bouchard.
Rochelle Walker.
Gilberto Garibaldi.
Willem Bittner.
Graciela Rodarte.
Gloria Abreu Chavez.
Rafael Negron Salort.
Eduardo San Juan.
Kira Morris.
Erica Rosnai.
Trenton Anderson.
Alicia Negrete.
Shandell Mariano.
Summer Jurcevich.
Haley Bender.
Alexa Minners.
Samuel Guy.
Sierra Turpin.
Harrison Moreno.
Sarah Fenter.
Natalie Zalansky.
Alejandro Garcia.
Solana Lust.
Sierra Phillips.
Donia Irola.
Amanda Nicole Montilla.
Robin Willis.
Jerry Loberger.
Yahira Navarro.
Dominic Gear.
Austin Hoyt.
Michael Blandeburgo.
Jesus Manzanares.
Chance Yazzie.
Elisabetta Bon Newman.
Emma Fossbinder.
Hunter Brick. Margot Bigos.
Just one moment. Talon Rogers.
Michael Thomas.
Leah Kist.
Alisa Alegria.
America Darling Curl.
Ariana Montes.
Catherine Tirza Buford.
Angel Nicole Holloway.
Dylan Saltman.
Brianne Henry.
Kaylee Kober.
Jadet Fortunato.
Zachary Salcido.
Bryson Young.
Frederick Ortega.
Yes. Cade Gutierrez.
Mackenzie Payton.
Peter Geekes.
Francisco Ponch One Jr.
Daniel Romandia.
Now for some additional virtual graduates. Mary Frances Dowd.
Sarika Wood.
Yacuvet Morales.
Ashley Teyes.
Daniel Nisho.
Jordan Berlinick.
Sorry, that was Danielle Nisho. Enrique Olivares Paleo.
Eric Venegas.
Jacqueline Charmaine Rodriguez.
Lauren Bermaze.
Nicholas Rumney.
Isabel Wolf.
Etienne Javier Quinones Oquendo.
Carson Young.
Madeline Leeming.
Juan Ramirez.
Lord Maximilian Walsh.
Teresa Hins.
Aiden Joaquin.
Amber Seotewa.
Quinn Richards.
Alan Ramirez.
Jack Peterson.
Raquel Alice de los Santos.
Dario Contreras.
Firas Sharifi.
Jasmine Kang.
Jonathan Vasquez.
Sam Burgles.
Yon Shin Pai.
Nathan Anders.
Keito Fujimura.
Samantha Alvarez.
Diana Curtis.
Gabriela Romero Garcia.
Jesus Valenzuela Leon.
Andrew Gonzalez.
Skylar Marquez.
Michael Hitch.
Keely Marquez.
Alex Cravens.
Jackson Peters.
Mia Moilanen.
Nicholas Berezowski.
Crystal Jolly.
Akira Harris.
Ileana Falcon.
Andreas Joseph Palomo.
Kelly Russell.
Adriana Valenzuela.
Teresa Garcia.
Salama Kajanisa.
Maria Avilas Carvajal.
Catherine Eubanks.
Kevin Sanchez.
Devon Henderson.
Elijah Lopez. Christopher Martinez. Jacob Crow. Nina Shore. Aliyah Sahaba. Stephanie Catalina Maya Ramirez. Abdulaziz Al-Kandari. Ahmad Alawad. Khalid Alanezi.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay,
easy.
thank you. Thanks to our readers, Mr. Dave Silver, Dr. Deans, Maribel Alvarez, Jane Zaviska, and Rachel Ronald. For those of you who are still here, you stayed to graduate. I'm proud to present for the presentation of the graduates to the president, who will confer their degrees, Provost Liesl Folks and President Bobby Robbins. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Jones. Will all the candidates for bachelor's degrees please stand? President Robbins, I am honored to endorse this year's candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, the University of Arizona's People's College.
By the authority vested in me by the Arizona Board of Regents and acting on the recommendation of the faculty, at the conclusion of your academic coursework, I confer upon each of you the appropriate degree with all the attendant rights and responsibilities. Please accept my warmest congratulations. Well done. I ask all the undergraduates who are still here and are standing already for the final rite of graduation to signify completion of this rite of passage we call commencement and mark the end of your undergraduate apprenticeship at the University of Arizona. Please move your tassel from the right side to the left side of your mortarboards if you still have one. Congratulations to all of our new graduates. Please, let's stay standing and join in singing the alma mater. You will find the words on the screen, which was recorded earlier on campus by Paige Mill from the College of Fine Arts, who will lead us, accompanied by alumnus Russell Ronnebaum.
All
As we conclude the 157th commencement of the University of Arizona and the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences 2021 convocation, you may henceforth consider yourself Wildcats for life. At this time, I invite my university colleagues and our esteemed guests to leave the stage. Thank you all for being here this evening. Be safe and bear down.
Hi, this is Professor Dovey from the School of Government and Public Policy, and I just wanted to give you a huge "you did it," because I don't know who you are, but I know you had a rough year, and you survived and you got to this point, which means that you have the life skills to do whatever you want. So I wish you a life full of friends, laughter, learning, and love. So take care and go make the University of Arizona proud.
Hi, my name is Kristen Kipke, and I'm one of the advisors in the School of Government and Public Policy for the BA in Law degree. And I just wanted to say congratulations to all of you who persevered through this past year full of all kinds of adventures and everything. So congratulations and best of luck to you in the future, and make sure you stay in touch. We want to know what you're up to. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Adi. You did it, Adi. It's over. Guess what? Time to get a job. Woo!
Congratulations, class of 2021. Congratulations on all of the challenges you overcame, the many things you've learned, and all of your amazing accomplishments. Happy graduation.
Greetings, class of 2021. I am Elizabeth Baldwin. I'm a faculty member in the School of Government and Public Policy, and I want to say you did it. This has not been easy. Think about where you were 4 years ago or when you started this journey, and think about all of the things that you have been through, and you did it. Class of 2021, you have the resilience and the strength to do whatever comes next, and I wish you the best of luck.
Congratulations to our class of 2021, our most resilient Wildcats yet. Congratulations, good luck in the future, and best wishes from all of us here at the School of Sociology.
Hi, my name is Adela Schlager. I'm the director of the School of Government and Public Policy in the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. And a warm and hearty congratulations to the graduates of 2021. To our criminal justice majors, our public management and policy majors, our political science majors, our law majors in the School of Government and Public Policy. You thrived, you persevered, you shined, you did it. And I want to thank your parents and your guardians for entrusting you to our care. We are so proud of you.
Hi, my name is J.P. Jones, and I'm the Don Bennett Moon Dean of the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. And I want to give a big shout out to all our December 2020 and May 2021 graduates. The University of Arizona's College of Social and Behavioral Sciences is the People College, and you are the people who had the most difficult transition over your academic career. And we respect you and thank you for your resilience. Good luck in the future.